here. That was a good switch.
Thank you, April. Hello, good morning or afternoon, actually, for everybody. We are Black and Soul, and my name is Tony Tupine. That's April Newly Me, and today we are going to be making some homemade sloppy joes. Well, actually, April is making homemade sloppy joes. My mother has admonished me not to say that we are cooking because I might kill someone.
She will.
With my inability to cook. So April is making homemade sloppy joes. Pretty straightforward thing for her, I think.
Yes, these are in rotation in our household.
Something I like. Seems like an easy meal that I like a lot. So we'll share that with you all today. But yeah, today is Saturday. Been a hell of a week, even with 2 days off from the day job. I had a great time at the DMV. So did April.
I didn't cuss nobody out, y'all.
No, you called and complained to me about it. But yeah, a whole bunch of paperwork and real ID shit, car registration shit. Oh, then the crazy thing about it is they told me to upload all these documents, upload your proof of address, upload this, upload that. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna upload this and they're gonna look at it and I ain't gotta be worried about it. No, they were like, oh, bring it in. We have to verify these documents. I'm like, well, what the hell are you telling me to upload it for? So I get there with the documents. I don't have bills that are paper. All of my bills are paperless. So I brought in, my paperless utility bills. And they're like, no, we have to scan and upload that. I'm like, why in the hell, again, did you have me upload it? So there's that. And then, we get to the car registration. I get to pay an extra $200 because I didn't notify them that I moved away from California and back. And I'm like, excuse me, what? So yeah, there was that. And then, that took 2 hours after getting small checks on both the cars, then sitting outside for somebody to see if the car you say you're registering is the actual car. So they checked the VIN. We had to sit for 45 minutes for that because the same person doing that is also taking people out for their road tests. So I am not a patient person. What I do have is self-control, but I'm not going to use it right now because I am now exhausted.
I ain't got self-control. Yeah, fun fucking times. Your only assignment is this can. You're not doing the
I can. Nobody's in it.
No one's in. What is it called again? The Zoom for the cook along. So like Tony was saying, this is a very straightforward meal, very inexpensive, and in my opinion, super easy. Usually it's stuff that we already have on hand, which is ground turkey or ground beef, bell peppers and onions, because y'all know I put that in every daggone thing I cook. And the seasonings that I use are shit that I already have. So nothing here is like super, I have to go get special ingredients type of vibe. It's not. It's usually stuff that we have at least in our house. I need to put it in the car with this one. But yeah, the reason why I'm just turning up straight. The reason why I started making these. Sorry, I had to make sure I didn't fail. Refrigerator girl, food is important. The reason why I started making these is because I used to buy Manwich, if y'all know what that is. And I went to the store and they were out of Manwich, and I was like, what the fuck? I had never made sloppy joes without using Manwich. And I don't like because Tony was talking about that too. There's like a powder. Y'all know the seasoning packs like McCormick and all that type of stuff.
Don't do it.
Yes, babe. I don't know why you want them to see the dining room.
I don't need them to see the dining room. I don't want it to be crooked. That fucks with my autism.
Hopefully we'll get another camera because they can't see what actually needs to be done, which is the stove.
They can see the stove
over here. We'll discuss this off camera. Anyway. So yeah, they didn't have Manwich, and I was like, oh shit, I really wanted that. And I'm the type of person I plan on my meals, so it really pissed me off. So I was like, I'm just gonna make it myself. So I did it like 2 or 3 times. I didn't look up a recipe. and I didn't like how it tasted. The third time, well, actually, I did it twice. The third time, I had like perfected my recipe because I was missing brown sugar. Weird, I know. But if you've ever had Manwich or Sloppy Joe's, there is a little bit of sweetness in it. The second time I did it, I used sugar, and I was like, that's a weird sweet flavor. Like, that's gross. But then I was like, let's try brown sugar, and it worked. Can y'all see me okay? Because I feel like everything is super dark because we don't have the ring light.
I can set that up.
Yeah, it looks like it's dark in here. But yeah, anyway, we're going to use onions. We're going to use bell pepper. I get mini bell peppers like this to have a variety of colors. You really don't have to. I just think it looks better if it has a variety of colors. And I'm the type of person, I like a chunky Sloppy Joe's versus like something that look like chili. That just seems really gross to me. And it's very messy. So I like a lot of veggies in mine. And when you are chopping, if you could try to get them, yeah, that's better. If you can try to get your veggies small. I have a food processor, but I don't want them to be too small. I kind of still want to see the chunks, if y'all know what I mean. But literally the most labor intensive thing about this meal is chopping. Super easy.
So I am exhausted. Yeah, this is probably, I totally forgot that this was happening today. I was out pretty late at a 10 extra innings ball game at Dodger Stadium that they lost. Because somebody made an unforced error in the 9th inning. Or maybe that was the top of the 10th. I don't know. It was midnight. So yeah, I'm exhausted. Got home after 1 a.m. this morning. Slept until about 8, but I am still very tired.
Which is sleeping in for Tony, which is fucking crazy.
Well, 8 a.m. shit's open and you got to be up moving and grooving and getting your day done. But yeah, I watched the Dodger game with my friend from Chicago. She came out. We talked shit to each other. She talked shit about my beloved Dodger dog, but she sure in the fuck ate.
Yeah, I think you saw her squinch it up with the smile.
She disrespected the Dodger dog.
That's disrespectful, Jenny.
But yeah, we had that, a couple beers. It was a good time. It was a nice night, beautiful sunset. April's not a huge baseball fan, so
it be taking too long.
I rolled like,
and then look how she said extra fucking innings. Like, nah, it's over.
People were pissed because they took their kids to that, and it was the Friday night fireworks, but they canceled the fireworks because the game was so long.
Like, I'm not doing all
and
that.
People were unhappy with with them because I think people had brought their kids, but I don't know. I would struggle with bringing a small child like my nephew or anybody to that small to like a game that starts at 7 p.m. because it's not going to be over before 10 at all. So I would shy away from them, but there were a lot of small children there.
I don't know. Baseball is one of those things. I do prefer to watch it live because in the house, I feel like that shit is on for like 8 hours straight, and I don't have the attention span for it. But yeah, like we went to one game, and then the clouds start coming in, looked like it was gonna rain, and I start packing up our stuff. Like, yeah, it's over. We were under, and Tony was like, "There's still such and such innings," and I'm like, "But it's about to rain." Like, that's why I don't do outdoor sports like that. Basketball, you were indoors. What is wrong? What are you doing?
I was trying to find a solution to this fan thing because this cord is in my way.
I think the solution is if we switch places, but Tony doesn't want to switch places. It would be much easier for me to be over here, but
well, I was just standing there and you asked,
because you were like this.
I didn't
On
know where to go,
pause.
but if I stand over there, you can't get to the stove. It doesn't make any sense. I'll just stand on this side of this cord.
See how we argue in front of folks?
It doesn't make any sense for me to stand in front of the stove.
We have
and
no
you're the one
shame.
cooking.
All y'all family. Y'all see us argue all the damn time anyway.
And I am also tired. So
Yeah, she's
My patience-
very grumpy.
my
when she
patience
is
is short
tired.
right now.
Ooh, she's grumpy. If Tony is grumpy or hungry, I'm the same way when I'm hungry. You got 20 minutes to feed me before I flip the fuck out.
I would go with less.
Really bad.
There is a lot left to learn about COVID-19's Lambda strain.
Can we not talk about COVID? I'm straight on that combo.
I'm sure there's a lot to learn. Mostly we
How
can
about
learn
we
how to
all
get rid of
learn
it.
how to fucking wear a mask and get vaccinated? We still can't learn that, so I don't want to talk about it. But anywho,
You heard the lady. Conversation's over.
I don't want to cuss nobody out. I'm currently already in an argument online. I have to check back in a couple of minutes to see if they replied. But yeah, moving towards the food, super easy. Like I said, the most labor-intensive thing is going to be the chopping. I did have a question on the what do we have? Patreon, my bad. About is the Holy Trinity involved? If you don't know, the Holy Trinity is bell pepper, onion, and celery. I'm gonna go with no, just because for me, celery doesn't provide a flavor component. It's more of a texture component when I think of the Holy Trinity, when it goes into soul food. Like, we're not putting, my opinion, I'm not speaking for everybody that cooks soul food, I'm not using the celery for flavor, because if you tasted celery, really doesn't have a flavor. It's more or less for the texture component. So I don't think celery and sloppy joes would be it. You can try it, sis. Tell me how it turned out. I don't think it's gonna hit, but that's on you.
I ain't never made that shit without with none of that. You brown the meat and then put that powder packet and possibly
Sounds so
some water
gross to
in it, and then put it on a bun.
No, manwich was cool because manwich, like, even though it was processed food, I could see the bell peppers, I could see the onions. Like, I just feel like something's off when those powder packets, unless it's like seasoning. Like, have you seen the gravy ones? And I just feel like that's weird. I don't know. It could be all in my head. But can you taste the difference between mine and manwich that I used to cook for you?
I haven't had a manwich in years, so that's not a good question. I wouldn't be able to make a fair comparison. Look upside my head.
Marriage.
Don't ask questions, you know my answers.
What? I didn't know the daggone answers, why I asked it.
I didn't say that you know answers. I said don't ask questions you don't want answers.
You can't go out late no damn more.
Yeah, I can't.
I just don't think it's good because you just grumpy
You also scheduled this in the wrong weekend.
for no reason. No, I did not. I didn't want to do Sunday brunch this weekend. I wanted to do this.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Jesus. I am part owner. I can make decisions.
Clearly.
God. Anybody want a cute engineer? She'll fit in a what's those boxes?
Oh wow.
In priority boxes.
Wow. So if something happens to me, you
She
heard
will
it here.
fit, y'all.
Heard it here.
In the priority boxes. Okay.
I'll make sure I show this to my mom.
In this household, we usually rock with the Jennie-O ground turkey. I don't really cook with ground beef that much anymore, but either or is fine. If you use ground turkey, you definitely need to add some kind of a heavy oil. Not a lot. I didn't even put a teaspoon in there, but you need some kind of oil. I would suggest avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, some kind of heavy oil, because ground turkey, it's a sad meat. It needs help. It needs seasoning. It needs oil. Even though I put that in there, this is still healthier than ground beef, but it needs help. Okay. So this is 16 ounces. 16 ounces. Yeah, 16 ounces, which is equivalent to 1 pound. Boom! I only know that because I do a lot of the shopping.
Did
But
you?
yeah.
Now, are we using the oil because that meat doesn't render enough fat to fry itself, or
Yes.
because of a different reason?
Both. I'm doing it because one, you need something on the bottom of your pan. Like she said, it doesn't render any fat when you use ground beef. Ground beef, even if you get the leanest ground beef, it's going to render some fat.
I've never used oil with ground beef, but that looks really lean. And
ground turkey is dry as fuck, especially because we got the
99%
we got the
fat free.
dry shit, okay? So it needs help. So even though you put oil in it, you're not adding that much fat to it. And some fat is good fat. Avocado fat is good fat. The fat that comes from what's the fish I like? Salmon, good fat. Extra virgin olive oil. Those are good healthy fats. So just on a medium flame, you're gonna go ahead and brown your ground beef, our ground turkey, and people that are cooking.
What's up, Beth?
Hey, Beth!
Guys.
People that are cooking, I really need you to season your ground beef as soon as it hits the damn pan. Do not wait, okay? Because you want the seasoning to cook with the damn meat. Don't put it on after 5 minutes while it's cooking. Okay?
Yeah, let's lecture everyone here.
Let's lecture. Some of y'all need it. Some of y'all need it.
Oh, adjust this camera.
So paprika, pepper. I'm going to put in a little bit of onion salt. You don't need it, but I just like the taste of onions. And you're going to use either garlic powder or I prefer minced garlic, whichever one will work, but this is better if you have minced garlic. How you doing, Beth?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Oh, we're
Pretty
doing well. I'm
good.
sleepy, so I'm throwing a 30+
Tantrum.
year old temper tantrum right now. But that's
Here's
what I'm
what
doing.
I'm gonna eat.
What you got?
It's a Scottish ale, Scottish style ale from is it Hopewell Brewing?
Oh, Hopewell, yeah.
Virginia sent it to me.
They make good shit. That
love
that
Virginia.
brewery. She sent us some stuff too. But Scotch ale is the move though. I like those. They're easy to drink. They sneak up on you though, depending on which.
This is like at 80 shillings, so it's nice and small.
Oh, you got a table one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do any like.
The heavy, yeah. We heavy. I mean, I found that so easy to drink, but it, after like 10 minutes, I'm like, I want to sit down. I should probably not drive. But yeah, April's browning up some meat. I went to the Dodger Angels game with Jenny from Dovetail. She's out here this week visiting her family, so we went out to the game and saw some baseball. It went to extra innings, of course, and I got home at 1 a.m.
Also, if you're using the powder stuff, go ahead and put that in the rest of the seasonings. Do not put in the minced garlic now because you're gonna scorch it or burn it, and it's gonna taste disgusting. So if you're using mince, we're not gonna put this into like the last couple of minutes. The other ingredients we're gonna be using is spicy brown mustard, tomato sauce. Do not use ketchup, people. Ketchup and tomato sauce are not
who does
fucking
that?
the same. A lot of people.
Really?
They are not the same, okay? Tomato sauce is that.
Ketchup
Tomato
is super
sauce.
processed.
Ketchup has vinegar, sugar, all kind of shit. Don't do that. When you make meatloaf, do not put ketchup. Just use tomato sauce. That's a whole different story, but that's just nasty. Just get,
I mean,
it's like
tomato's
fucking,
gonna have some sugar in it.
yeah, it's 30 cents or something. Like, come on. Just get the damn tomato sauce.
The ketchup is more expensive because of the packaging.
And it's just nasty. But we're gonna hit, while it's still browning, we're gonna hit it with a couple of splashes of Worcestershire. I still don't know if I pronounced it right, but whatever. Worcestershire sauce. I hate that fucking name, but
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
The crazy
Worcestershire.
thing is that I went to undergraduate in a town called Worcester, Massachusetts, and people would be like Worcestershire sauce, and I'm like, what?
My mama used
First
to
of all,
call
I
it-
didn't know what the hell that was at all.
We used to call
I
it
stayed out of
growing
the
up
kitchen. I
the
didn't
brown
know
sauce. That's what we call it, the brown
And I'm like,
sauce.
what sauce is y'all talking about? We ain't got that, where I live. And then it's the town, Worcester. Every time I see that, I think about, I think about
Worcestershire sauce, like it's molasses,
Worcester.
vinegar, salt. It's just like a really
you can
good.
make that at home.
Yeah, it's a good marinade, like for steaks, stir fries. I put this also in our meatloaf. Yeah, and don't fucking drown. This is a very strong
that's
flavor. Girl, just boop boop. That's all you need on any recipe. That's it.
I was actually just talking to my friend who's from Worcestershire, who's from that town.
Worcester.
I still don't know how it's correctly pronounced. I just say brown sauce.
I don't know.
I know what I'm
like,
talking
that
about.
would make sense that way, because if you're saying you put it on steak and stir fry and shit, that's not something we ate growing up. So we wouldn't. And if we did have little baby steaks,
Oven steaks.
yeah, they
That's
didn't
a
marinate it
cultural
with
thing.
that, and then like it would be more like A1 steak sauce.
But that doesn't taste that similar. There's A1. That's an ingredient in A1 sauce. So that's what I mean. It's like a very bold flavor. But if you look at A1, it has it has the damn sauce in it.
But my thing is the sauce. The A1 sauce is a condiment. This is people using this, cooking it with it.
That's what I'm just trying to say. It puts you, like, if you tasted that, like if I gave you a teaspoon of that, it puts you in the mind of A1 sauce because that's one of the ingredients.
Oh, so you get it twice if you put that shit on your steak. But
I
yeah,
only like A1 sauce on a thick steak. Like
when I don't know, when I
porterhouse
became big Tony, when I grew up, I stopped
Big Tony.
fucking I started eating actual steaks and stopped putting sauce and shit on it.
There ain't nothing wrong with
Eat
A1.
the damn steak.
Well, so you not putting ketchup on this.
Yeah, I didn't put any didn't use ketchup. There was steak sauce, but if you go to a steak
People
house
put ketchup
and get a good
on
cut,
everything.
and it's seasoned and marinated properly, you don't want to put sauce on it.
I have a cousin, y'all, that puts ketchup on eggs.
But ugh.
Amore puts
What is this
ketchup on eggs.
ketchup? I'm gonna talk about her so bad the next time.
I never understood it. Ketchup to me is like on fries that need help.
I don't even like ketchup like
I
that.
don't either.
Like I don't even know if we even have ketchup
We
in
don't.
here. No one uses it. Even when I eat like chicken nuggets or gross, processed
barbecue
food,
sauce.
I use barbecue sauce.
Yeah. My whole thing is the only time I use ketchup is on In-N-Out fries because In-N-Out fries needs all the help.
I like their fries. Now I kind of want some. Their hamburgers are overrated though.
Them hamburgers is bomb.
No.
This is why you need to get kicked out of California talking crazy.
I need to
like
get
that.
kicked
You
out
do.
of California. Can I come stay with you, Beth? You and wifey, I can come visit
She
y'all.
can,
I'm
like,
getting
build all
extradited
kinds of
right
shit.
now. Awesome.
She can fix all kind of shit, Beth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can drink homebrew.
My air conditioning's on the fritz right now, so.
I'm not gonna whine. That one, on the other hand, you.
Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna put the buns. Also, toast your buns if you're eating sloppy joes because it's soggy. And the worst thing, you want one or two? You want one or two?
You can toast 2 buns.
Soggy buns are just gross.
Soggy buns are gross.
I mean, your bread's gonna get soggy because this is like a loose meat sandwich, but you're what is the good word?
Actually,
Delaying.
I meant 2, 1 for each of us. If you're gonna eat 2,
Because I just want one.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's
you're just
clear.
delaying the process.
Yeah, and that also makes it a little firmer, so it doesn't. It can carry that load a little better.
So my meat is very light skinned just because again it's turkey, it's not ground beef. So at this point, this is when you want to put in your spicy mustard. If you don't like spicy mustard, Dijon would work. And your tomato sauce, not ketchup. That's just fucking nasty. I don't know why people do that shit. But yeah, this when you put this in, then we're gonna hit it with the minced garlic if you use that instead of powder.
Every time you say spicy mustard, it reminds me of that time I worked from the library. This is a random
Worked in the
story.
library?
No, I didn't work for the library. I was supposed to be working from home, but I went to the
Oh.
library and worked because you had company or had your hair done or something. I think
Yeah.
somebody
Okay,
was
my hair
in
done.
here, and
Y'all like my braids? They're cute.
and I went to the library, and there was this lady. I guess there was story time at the library, and it was this very much American person with maracas singing to the kids spicy salsa.
She meant
spicy
white.
salsa.
It was a white person.
I mean, but yeah, the lady was white, but you can be white and Spanish speaking.
True.
Yeah,
I just need everybody to know
Like, not Hispanic.
she was white.
right. She was not part of the Latin community. That's that's the point we're making. You can be black in Latin, you can be white in Latin, but this
She
person
was
was
not.
obviously
She was
neither,
white.
mispronouncing shit and using maracas in a song. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
I had a white, bless her heart, a white Spanish teacher. And if y'all saw King of the Hill,
Oh,
she
Lord.
was Peggy Hill. Okay? And what kills me is I live in California. Do you know how
Pretty
many?
bad. You can get somebody
can
that
get
actually
someone-
speaks Spanish.
She was just fucking horrible. And she was from Alabama originally. So she had the accent.
So y'all imported somebody from Alabama to speak
It was horrible.
to teach people Spanish
The secret ingredient, y'all, is
in the city of
a
Los
little
Angeles.
bit of, that's what I'm saying, in LA. The secret ingredient is your brown sugar. I use them at, what is this? 1 teaspoon. For the amount of meat that I got, you don't need a lot. It's just the little, you just need that hint in the back of it. Actually, I think there's sugar in Worcestershire sauce. I don't know. I'll look at this in a minute. But just a little bit. Don't go crazy.
Let's see. No, there's not sugar because there's no carbohydrates in it.
Okay. You don't need a lot. Just a little bit. Just a little. Okay. Kind of like with spaghetti. You don't sprinkle it like Parmesan cheese. Just a little bit.
Yeah, this is definitely. Yeah, all the calories from this comes from pretty much the sodium.
But yeah, I had Peggy Hill, and also it was a goofy country lady that did the French class too.
Parlez-vous français?
Just dumb shit. Dumb shit. And our principal be like, I don't know why everyone's failing, because you got these motherfuckers teaching us these languages that aren't there first. Like, what the hell?
I don't know. Like I had people who spoke were actually bilingual
It
teach
should
these
be
fucking classes. And the crazy part is I grew up in Memphis.
We are
You telling me this is the Spanish in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I had actual bilingual people.
That shit blew my mind. Like, when I heard her talk, I was like, y'all can't be fucking serious. This is a teacher.
They spoke. I mean, and they would talk to each other in Spanish like all day long. And
She said, let's say it together, y'all. Uno, dos. Like, that's how she fucking talks. Uno, dos.
Alabama Spanish.
Literally, she was Peggy Hill.
No, but I had, and I had a linguist as one of the teachers. He spoke Spanish. He was an asshole, but he spoke Spanish, French, and something else. And he played a trick. Like there was a kid from a more advanced Spanish class, and she was like, my teacher told me to bring you. She came in the classroom. And the teacher was like, we're going to trick this student. You did whatever I say, just say, sí, claro. And he was speaking in French, but the girl didn't notice because we were all like, yeah.
That's not nice.
And she was so embarrassed, but she didn't notice he was not speaking Spanish to her. But they, we went to like Spanish competitions and shit. I had to get up and say a poem in Spanish. I still don't speak Spanish, but you
think
had
it
to sign up
speaks-
to these.
It speaks volumes when people who have actually been to that country or from that country speak. Like my sign language teacher, she was hard of hearing. So, of course, You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
easy for her. Like, why are you picking people?
That don't speak the
And
language
I
at all.
would ask her, like, have you been to Mexico? Have you been to Spain? Have you been? No. How the fuck?
Yeah. I had one black Spanish teacher. Her name was Miss Coleman, and she would sing songs in Spanish, but it would be like soul songs, black folk songs, and to get us to understand certain words.
That's smart.
But one of it was Teddy Pendergrass, and
Teddy
all the white
Pendergrass should not
kids-
be in school. Period. Nothing he sings.
she was singing in Spanish, and then all the white kids
What
was like,
song?
"Turn off the light." She was
And
apaga la luz.
that's not appropriate.
She only sang that part though, but and then she was like, "Yeah, this one I think it might be more cultural." Because she was like, "Well, what does this word mean?" And then she used it in that song, and then I'm like, "Oh, light!" All the black kids were like, "Light, light, light!" And everybody else was looking, and she's like, "I guess this one's a cultural."
But that makes
Thing.
sense because you grew up in Memphis. Like, I can understand if your Spanish teacher was black. Because, like, isn't Memphis mostly, like, just black and white?
Memphis is mostly black people. Memphis is 2/3
That
black
makes
people.
sense. California is not.
I mean, but again, there are a lot of people from Mexico in Memphis. There are also Afro Latinx people. My teacher was one. I didn't know that. I thought this was just a black lady that learned how to speak. I didn't know what Afro
Yeah. That
Latin
was like a culture
was.
clash. When
I'm like, oh shit, her black ass learned some goddamn Spanish.
When I moved to Miami, Miami is very heavily populated with Cubans. So when I first moved there and I walked down the street and saw these black people speaking Spanish, like I was like, oh shit. People darker than me and they start speaking Spanish to me and I'm like, I'm regular black. Like I don't know.
regular. What's regular?
I'm not exotic. I don't come from an island. Like I'm from hickey ass United States. My people are from here.
And I mean, there is some truth to that. Like people don't see African American culture as exotic as they would black people from other places. They don't see Black American culture as even a culture sometimes. Because when you do stuff, they're like, well, in our culture, and then you say in my culture, and they're like, no, that's not a culture, that's just ghetto. Or they say, stupid shit that's really big.
That comes from other black people. Do you have a culture?
I don't know. I'm
saying you're
talking
not.
about white people who have said this shit.
What kills me, I could go on and on for that for days because y'all don't have a culture, but that's a whole different conversation. But like everyone that says like American culture, like apple pie is not American, it's Dutch. Like stupid shit, like American culture is like bologna and hot dogs. Like
But the thing about it is, that's the difference between black culture. We had to create a new culture, and a lot of us who, like myself, who have ancestors who were enslaved, can't trace ancestry back to another region.
It's a melting pot because when slaves came here, of course they brought their culture and the way they do things or did things here.
Yeah, and I mean it all melted into what became African American culture. The difference between other people is that they might have an easier time tracing that lineage to, Italy or the Netherlands or Spain, wherever else,
People say that, like, American culture, like, that's great. Be proud of bologna.
Wow. There you have it. I will fuck up a bologna sandwich. I don't know why.
I hate bologna. I'm team salami. I never liked bologna.
Shut uppity ass.
Sorry. I like salami. Bologna is so gross to me.
Bologna, it's got to be a little burnt in the edges.
You are
For the
so
bologna.
good for that. You have to fry your bologna to eat it.
Yeah. We cook food.
You are so good. Bologna is cooked. You're supposed to eat it cold.
No, you're not supposed to.
It's
you
a
fry
lunch
it,
meat.
and you can cut, the little tabs in it. It helps
Chef
it get
bologna.
a little crust.
That was funny.
It was not funny. It was not. It was not. You are fired. Make your sandwich.
Chef
Make your
bologna.
sandwich for the people.
Anyway, it looks light skinned just because I use ground turkey instead of ground beef. But I like my I was gonna say my manwich. My
Sloppy Joe.
sloppy joe's thick. I don't like soupy, chili-ish looking sloppy joes.
Your chili is thick too, though.
Yeah.
When you
'Cause I
make
use-
chili,
Because I put steak in mine, that's why. Maybe I'll make chili for y'all this fall.
how long does that take?
That's true.
Maybe you
Maybe I'll
have to
take a
do
video
some
or
pre.
something. Yeah.
Maybe you have to do some like prep work. Like if you were to do gumbo on here, what I would say is a pre-video for people who wanted to actually cook along for how to do their roux ahead of time. This is how you do the roux. It's already ready. You're not spending an hour standing there
Yeah.
stirring that.
Tony is.
I'm not doing it.
I don't like making the roux. Why? That's like when did this start?
You
No,
no,
you
you
got an attitude today.
listen.
like,
You made the
Jesus.
roux at Christmas, and you.
I did not make the roux at Christmas. You made the roux. What
No,
are
I
you talking
didn't.
about? Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I was sitting on the couch the entire time.
I did not make
Me
the
and Al and
roux.
Mom were in Zoom.
I did not make the roux, did I?
You did, and I came and tasted.
I'm not doing it again. Whatever.
You were the chef,
Me and
remember?
Tony-
I only do bologna, remember? I'm Chef Bologna, and Rue does not have to do with bologna, so that's
so
on you.
gross.
That's you. It's all you.
If I had known this person's cooking habits before we got married, she doesn't eat macaroni and cheese.
What does eating have to do with somebody
It's
cooking?
weird. It's weird. Who doesn't like macaroni and cheese?
I'm not a big cheese
That's like
person.
some alien type shit.
Oh, wow. April has tried to pull my black card several
So
times.
yes, Beth, when she comes to live with you, because I am shipping her ass to you, she does not eat macaroni and cheese, which is crazy as hell.
Nobody wants to be around me eating all that cheese. My stomach will be tore up. Like,
I would suffer. It's macaroni and cheese.
yeah, you would suffer if I ate that shit. You would try to sleep in a different house.
I would. Parents live up the street.
Yeah. I don't know why you're talking shit. Protecting you.
All right, y'all. That's just the sloppy joes.
That's easy.
Yeah, I told you it's super easy. This is like a great weeknight. When I really don't want to try, I make this.
What I don't want to try.
Like, during the week, sometimes you just be tired, you won't be bothered with shit. Boom. This is like less. This meal is like maybe $10, depending on what kind of ground beef or ground turkey you get. That's the most expensive thing. Like in our ground turkey Jenny-O is probably like $5.99, $6.99. Yeah.
It depends how many people you gotta cook for.
Exactly.
You would need 2 of those if it was kids and shit. Or if you wanted leftovers
Yeah.
for it.
So yeah, so the next event, because we have been getting super sloppy on advertising, is the Sunday brunch. I don't even know what I'm fucking cooking.
You said
Egg
deconstructed
Yes.
egg muffin.
I'm getting fancy. It's deconstructed. We're gonna use spinach. We're gonna use smoked cheddar cheese. It's gonna be bomb.
I'll make sure I order me a Krispy Kreme donut.
I'm making Tony the
That's
boring
not
egg McMuffin
No,
with the
straight.
regular ham. She doesn't like eggs.
Krispy Kreme donut.
Her shit gonna be boring. But yes, it's gonna be bomb. And I'm using sourdough English muffins.
How is it
Not the regular.
deconstructed if you're putting it in the muffin?
Because I'm not gonna make the sandwich like McDonald's. It's gonna be the English muffin, the cheese, the meat, more fucking cheese.
So you
And
may as well get a
eggs.
damn bagel.
The eggs,
That's
and
what
we're
you do,
using
the open
we're
face
using
sandwich.
cherry tomatoes and fresh spinach. It's
That's gross.
gonna be fancy.
Nope.
And I'm having a beer mostly with that.
You do that. You make your own beer mimosa.
That's next Sunday.
I'm gonna taste this.
Yeah, but see when you toast the bread, y'all, especially if you don't make yours like mine, you like it more soupy. If you get a nice toasted bun, it's gonna last longer. If it's not toasted, it's gonna be all soggy. It's gonna fall apart.
Pretty good.
What's the verdict?
Pretty good. I was concerned about the turkey,
Yeah,
last time I
normally
had
I
this,
make
it would
it
be-
with ground beef.
but I'm trying to get rid of the quarantine vibe. You gotta make some substitutions.
It's so damn hot, y'all.
It's not that hot.
It's hot as hell.
No, it's not.
All right, y'all. That is the show. Again, do not use fucking ketchup. I cannot stress that. It's just nasty. I know people use ketchup in pasta sauce and meatloaf. It's just put that shit on fries and chicken nuggets. That's what it's for. And burgers. You can substitute out powdered garlic if you're not team minced garlic. I haven't tried fresh garlic, so I just always fuck up cutting fresh garlic. So I don't know. That probably would work. But if you have to sub out, this is fine too. Any kind of powder. Don't use the salt, garlic salt. Use garlic powder because the brown sauce is very salty. So don't use garlic salt. That's all I have to say about the cooking. You can wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Like April said, next Sunday, we will be doing this weird open-faced egg
Fancy
sandwich
egg
she's
McMuffins.
fucking talking about. That's what we're gonna make next weekend on Sunday. So we will see y'all then. You take care. Have a good week. Stay safe. Stay cool, and we will see y'all next weekend.
Hi, y'all. Is your wife back, Beth?
Yeah.